Good morning. I hope everybody's doing well, doing way. Good to see you.
Way.
Hey, Steve Lapointe, what's going on, bud? Thank you so much. That was fun. Tiger and I did that kind of impromptu. Um, we've we've talked to quite a few people, so hopefully one of the people that we've reached out to comes through, and we can talk a little bit more about that legislation. Jackalope, what's going on? How are you doing? Roxilla, good morning. Hope you're doing well. Roxilla, I need to follow up with you. I have a question for you. Jackalope, thanks for being a channel member. Steve Lapointe, thank you for being a channel member. Greatly appreciate you. Siren, my favorite mod, thank you so much for all of your support. Farm Dog, good to see you this morning. Nice to see you guys in stream. Thank you so much for coming in and for hanging out with us today. All right. Paula and Eric, good morning, my friends. How are you?
Good morning.
Good morning, Peachy. Hello,
Paula
good
is
morning,
only on her
everybody.
first cup of coffee, folks. She just topped off the second one.
Literally, yeah. I'm like 3 sips in.
She'll be with us in about 7 more sips.
Good morning.
Oh, too much fun. So I don't have a lot for you today. Eric and I were talking just beforehand. He's going to do some coin search. Are you guys interested in doing a coin search? Is that something you guys would like to do today? AZ Coins, good morning. But what I do want to share is I want to share this with you. This was sent to me by one of you guys. I appreciate that. The Liberty V-Nickel. You guys know this one.
Some great stories surround those coins.
Oh, indeed. Does Nicolas Cage still own one of these? Do you know? Or did he have to sell one when he had all of his financial troubles?
Let's see.
I can't remember. Some people believe that he actually has a couple coins that you shouldn't have because he's like hardcore
There's
collector.
a very familiar name that has something to do with those that we've talked about multiple times on this channel.
All right. No, I don't see anything about Nicolas Cage owning one of them.
So there is the famous thing, and here in a few months, February 27th to March 1st, is National Money Show. This is a huge, huge show. It's going to be there, obviously sponsored by the ANA. But again, you're going to be able to look at more than $100 million worth of coins and stuff. So again, if you want to see the firsthand item there, that V-Nickel, it's going to be in Atlanta. I know that they travel around and you can see these at other shows, but again, we're going to be talking about National Money Week. I actually just mentioned to Paula just beforehand that I wanted to do something kind of cool and unique on that week. So I want to be hammering out some ideas. So be looking forward to that. But I thought this was really cool.
Money Week. National Coin Week is this year is iconic change. Pop culture and coins unite. That's the theme of National Coin Week.
Some dude named Kevin, I think, is the one who won the naming contest.
Kevin.
And getting back to the V-Nickel, Frosty, there was an example sold to an unnamed anonymous collector in California for $5 million in 2007.
Yeah. So
you can think what you want.
Yeah. But there's so many people there that could.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's it's hard to narrow down. I know that Nicolas Cage had a number of high-end coins. Excuse me. But yeah. So, hey, Bellows Forge, just got a comment from you. Congratulations on your Peace Dollar win. Reach out to Tiger Stacker and let him know that you you got that message. So congratulations. But that was all I had. There wasn't a whole lot that I wanted to do. So I had asked Eric if he would pull up his screen and if we could do a coin roll search. And hopefully you guys are into that. Hopefully you guys would like.
I got a roll of 58D that I can't tell you where they came from, but there's 2 of them.
Morning, Slot Crush.
Pretty. So we can look at some of these, see give me an idea what's in there.
Hey, Slot Crush, hint, hint, wink, wink. Photos of coins, please. Photos of coins, please.
Hint, hint, wink, wink, winky, winky.
Well, she's like, I'm going to send you these photos. I'm going to send you these photos. I'm going to send you these photos. And I know she's busy, but it's like,
what kind of coins?
that's what I want to know. She's got a bunch of coins. So they came from, was it your grandmother, or grandfather, or somebody like that? So I said, send some photos. We'll look over them. So sure, Stan, good morning. How are you? Good day. Hope you're doing well. All right. You about set up, Eric? Indeed you are. Check this out.
So there we got.
All right. Well, I'm going to remove us so that we're not hiding the screen.
Okay.
And what we'll do is we kind of go through, zoom in, and we'll kind of point to what the items are and what exactly we're looking
I
for.
don't know if I can zoom my screen the same way.
Oh, she bought a new house and she found them in her house.
Oh, neato. Neato Frito.
I actually need
Only
to
thing
just,
I've ever found is rats.
Let me see if I can pull. All right.
She bought a new old house.
Oh,
she bought a
did
new
it
old
kick me
house.
off? It kicked me off. All right. So let me redo that.
Was that your screen? Was that your microscope?
It was, but I got it
Oh.
as full screen now.
Oh.
There you go. So let's talk about the path that you normally take, what you look at. Is there a specific
it's
reason?
a comfort thing
What?
for me. I take the same path every time for the most part. And
Morning,
it's
Jack.
a comfort for me, and habit, but it helps you as a collector if you try to do things relatively uniform.
Mhm. He goes the opposite way that I do.
And that's right. There's no right or wrong
Mhm.
to it. It's whatever is comfort for you.
But it is typically best to do it the same way every time. Your eye trains to certain things on the coin, and it'll be easier for your eye to go, oh, that's different, if you're looking at it the same way every single time.
And now on the 58D, there is a ton of stuff to look for. There's an RPMs. There's some that have doubling on the date inside the 9, and then there's a double die that is under. I don't know if you can see my little thing under the B and E of Liberty. There's a couple doubled eyelids. I think there actually is 1 or 2 minor double die reverses. But for the most part, there is not in, like these coins here, these must have been put aside because I must have bought them and they were kind of nasty looking. They haven't been stored in the greatest of conditions.
But just because somebody has gone through the coins at one time doesn't mean you don't have to, because a lot of times people will miss certain things.
And that's it. You don't know what they went through them for.
Yep.
There's a lot of people, especially dealers. I've got a dealer that I buy a lot of coins from, and he flat out tells me, he says, yeah, I looked at it, but I'm not looking at what you're looking for.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I have gotten a roll of coins from him that has like 46 coins in it, and he'll tell me, I took 3 coins out, sent it in to get graded. And that usually tells me the roll's a pretty good roll.
Exactly. Yeah, it means it good strikes. Hey, Chris G, I'm sending your package out today. You should be getting it in a few days.
So, but as you do it, you learn little tips or tricks and things that will help yourself. What I do may not work for everybody. And vice versa. I watch some people search coins and they're very successful, and I go, oh my God, I couldn't do it like that. It's because I've done it like this for 25 years.
Well, and the key to doing a good search is to understand the basic premise of what you're looking at. Know the design elements, right? That's going to be the number
Yeah.
one. But make sure you have
Well,
your
here-
resources available. Make sure you've set yourself up for success. Know what you're looking for.
Like minor stuff. We just come across 61D double die of obverse. It's like there's no double dies, but we did find one. They're still out there, undiscovered stuff, but it's minor. And
What?
I went through a half a roll and saw it, and I'm like, the first thing I did was segregate the first half of the coins, because I definitely had to go through those again to make sure I didn't miss one.
All right.
Mhm.
Well, while Eric is going through this, for those of you who like varieties, good morning, Dean. For those of you who like varieties and errors, do me a favor. If you have a very specific one, maybe it's a year, maybe it's a mint mark, maybe it's a very specific FS variety, why don't you guys put in chat what your favorite errors and varieties are? As for me, one that I'll probably never get to own, continuing to look, I want a die cap. That would be
Mhm.
a really cool variety or a
You
really
won't
cool error to
find one of
have.
those in change.
Right. Here's something right here. See this little die chip right here? This has been on like 4 of the coins.
I saw that. Saw it on the last one you put up for sure.
Yeah. You start seeing stuff like that. If it's like a time thing, a lot of people want to search and they search
Just
every
gonna
bit
say that.
of every coin, but it's not necessary sometimes. Sometimes when you find something, we can call it a die marker.
Mhm.
You just don't need to look any further once you see it. See this one
Kind of
doesn't
like what
have
we were talking about this morning with that 2009D roll. I looked through about 20 coins, and it's like they all have that same scratch on the front of it. I don't need to look at any more of it because I know there's nothing else on it. So I have the rest of the coins I have to look at, but if I see that die scratch, I just don't have to worry about because I know there's nothing there.
All right, we got a little die crack right there. If we come across that again, I won't even look at the reverse. And then again, I might. It actually depends on why I'm searching a roll, because sometimes I search coins just to relax. As funny as that sounds,
Well,
I search them all day long.
If you're looking for errors on coins, you have to look at every individual.
That's right.
Yeah.
And I assure you that they'll be struck through grease, die chips through this roll. Almost every roll has stuff like that in it. Now, how significant it is where you start making the judgment calls.
So is the question was, are there errors on the U.S. Mint Silver Eagles? If there was,
is.
Yeah, there
I've heard
can
of some
be
doubling
errors
in
on
rarity.
any coin.
Yeah.
Any coin that the U.S. Mint has minted can have minting errors.
Coin
At the
Crew.
last fun show, there was a huge struck through on an ASE, and it was graded. It was a beautiful coin.
Yeah, Coin
Like
Crew
a
had
huge
one.
wire or something.
Coin Crew had one on his channel a little over a year or so ago that he pulled up, and he was like, "Oh, I'm going to sell that and get rid of it." And he wishes he hadn't. It was a giant, like I want to call it a D-lam, but there was like a struck through of like something underneath that it showed like a different type of metal. So something had been struck through that. You could see
It
the
just
residual.
looks different. It was what it was probably. It was probably plastic or wax. Those are the two most common things found on ASCs for ASCs to be struck through: plastic or wax. Aside from your everyday grease struck throughs, what you won't find on ASCs are like off centers, because the way that they're packaged, you won't find them on ASCs. You may find like minor. I don't even know if there's even any misaligned die strikes out there or anything. But
I don't remember seeing anything like that on an ASE. I think the actual presses they use to make ASEs are different.
Thanks a lot, Crush.
Than the production presses. When you look at the San Francisco Mint Tour, they show them striking ASEs there, and it's very methodical There's no human interaction at all. It's almost all robotic.
When you're done with this, one other thing that I would like you to do, and I've had 2 people ask me this recently. What's going on, Steve? Good morning. Is how do you tell doubling in the wheat chaff?
Well, let me see if I can.
Which area of the wheat?
I'll get some out. I think I've got some box here that has stuff that I haven't put away yet. Ooh, look at that.
Oh, I just found one, something like that.
Right on the bow tie there.
Yep.
Yeah, there are actually cataloged. Those die breaks are cataloged. Let me find it.
I found one in a 58. Remember, Eric, I took a picture and showed you that?
Yep.
It was a 58D. It was the exact same one.
So this would be listed on Cuds on Coins then? Possibly?
Yes, possibly. Let me see.
How about doubling on an ASC? Yeah, there's ASCs that have had doubling.
I don't know of any cat listed ASC doubled.
Yeah, die. I've seen machine doubling on some because most of those are actually struck twice, but it's a little bit different type of machine doubling.
But that's different than a doubled.
Oh, that's
right. That is different than a doubled die.
Well, he didn't say double die. He just said doubling. Hey, Jack, I'm trying to lose weight. You don't have to call me heavy, brother.
When people say doubling, I assume they mean double.
Just kidding.
Dies. Oh.
Let me see if I can find that so I can show some doubling.
He's been talking to himself on the other channel. Oh, sorry, Kane.
Whoops.
I haven't seen you. I need to go pull that up and see if people are on the other side. If you're on the portrait side, for some reason, it's not coming in chat. And this has happened a couple times.
Let me see.
Let me click on the multi-stream.
I'll be right back. Let me run while she's trying to look this up and get my little box of double dies.
Here it is. It is listed under interior die breaks. So let me put this copy. Let me put this in the chat for people that want to look that up. And you
what
guys
is it listed as?
Grab it in the chat. Grab it on the chat. So it is listed as interior die break. DC-1C-1958D-05. So they have it as a die chip, but it's listed under interior die breaks. I would call that more of a die break. It's a little bit bigger than what I would consider a die chip, but there's several of them listed. And I think that one's probably the one that I just mentioned.
It looks like it, so we're going to look. No noted.
All right, let me pull that up. So
the only way that JC has die markers is if the person who sent him photographs sent him die markers, and oftentimes they don't do that because he doesn't actually request the coin in hand so that he can take
that is it, because I can see
mm-hmm.
die scratches even though they're not real prominent.
Yeah,
I can see this one right here.
Yeah, it's that one right there.
Mm-hmm.
So we got this one. Who wants it? Give it away, Frosty.
Give it away, give it away, give it away now. Hopefully you'll find more.
I might. Why don't we wait till the end?
Okay, sounds good. I can do that. So make sure you're putting something into chat. You'll need to be in chat. Hey, Bellows. Good morning. I got your message. Reach out to Tiger. Make sure you send Tiger an email. So make sure you're putting something into chat because I'm going to be pulling the name from chat. All right.
Yeah. So those are little errors that you would look for.
Now see, there's the die chip. I don't even have to look any further on this coin.
And that die was probably pulled. It probably was not kept in service for a real long time because we don't see progressions of it listed.
Right.
So, yeah, it was probably.
Well, we don't see
pulled.
progressions yet. That's not to say there isn't
But,
a progression.
well, there usually
there's always
there's
stuff out there.
Yeah, and usually when something like that is listed on cuts on coins, I'm not saying all the time, but usually when something like that's listed, there especially if it gets quite large, JC will have somebody will have sent it to him and he'll have a progression. So
so is Jason's doing cuts on coins too now? When you say JC, you're talking about what JC?
I don't know who does cuts on coins. I thought it was JC Stevens. Maybe it's
Eric. Hold up just a second. I'm going to show you this real quick.
Breaking news. I don't know who does.
So here's the one. Here's the one that I have.
Let's see, attributions, contact.
But mine is a little bit more pronounced. Huh?
So that almost looks like the same one.
Mine's a little bit more pronounced, but it's the exact same thing.
Yes.
Yeah, and it is a different one.
Yeah, it's JC Stevens that does cuts on coins.
All right. When you say JC, I always think of Jason Cuvier or however you say his name.
Oh, no. He does Mad Die Clashes, right?
He has. Yeah. I think that is a conglomeration of like Richard Cooper and a couple other people.
Yeah. JC Stevens is not the easiest person to deal with. Good morning, Nancy T.
Hi, Nancy.
Can I keep going now?
Yeah, go.
Steve, thanks for gifting a membership, bud. I appreciate you doing that.
Oh boy, it's going to be getting noisy in here.
And the kiddos are up.
They're up early. They were up late last night. We watched Oregon destroy Washington.
Oregon's a good team this year.
They're 12-0.
There is a little minor split serif RPM.
Okay, so let's show people exactly what you're looking at.
Teeny tiny.
Right here.
Little on the top, yeah.
And then a little bit right on the inside of the vertical bar of the D. So let's see. Let me see if I can find what this one is. It's probably going to be hard to find real quick, so I'm only going to run through real quick. Don't want to take too much time trying to identify these online because it can take a long time. A lot of people don't realize how long some of this stuff can take.
Red Silver, were you talking about the mint mark on mine? I would have to look at it again. I didn't pull that up, so let me pull that up. Hold on.
It should be relatively easy to find if it's listed because it's got some huge die scratches.
Huge.
It's huge.
There used to be a car dealer down here that used to say that about everything. It's huge.
It's rare.
Not a steak.
And I can run real quick to my super cheat sheet.
So Red, mine, it's ejection doubling on mine. It's not a double die. Just die deterioration.
Dog. 57, 58, good years for
a lot of RPMs. I heard
machine doubling. I was talking about machine doubling
through the grapevine.
Doubling.
that Wexler will probably have near 358 DRPMs listed soon.
Yeah, I'm
Really?
surprised. No, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
All right. I don't see it, so I'll just hold this one out and figure it out.
Very
See, I
nice.
won't put that back in the roll.
I didn't see it with a quick glance either, so I didn't look at all three though. My grandkids are so excited. The elf showed up this morning.
What is my silver prediction at the end of the month and at the end of the year? I think we're going to see silver stay steady. I don't think we're going to see, I think we'll see a little bit of a jump and then it'll fall back down. I won't be able to project anything until the end of the year until I find out what's happening as far as policies that are being done. Climate, they're making it extremely hard on the incoming POTUS with some of the things that are happening, some of the policies. So there's going to be a lot of political, cultural still. So it's going to be really hard to say what the potential price is going to be, but there's too many potential variables out there to say, oh, well, it's going to be this. It's just really, really, really tough.
It's like the weather here in Oregon.
There's another one.
You just wait 5 minutes, it'll change.
Yeah. So
You
I
can
have
see it
I
right
have a
here,
hard time
okay.
right now with prediction. There's too much
Yep.
political turmoil.
See the die scratches.
There's
Yeah.
the big die scratch.
exact
So
same
we'll
one.
put that one in with the same holder and go from there later. It will probably go into a unlisted box because I don't go out of my way.
Was that
to
roll opened already?
So the person who
it was
just sent
not
me the
but there's 4 of them just like it. So when you say open,
No, I'm just asking because I thought, well, maybe you looked through it and saw those and put it aside and said, I'll look at it later.
no, there's 4. There's a bunch of them. Here's another one right here.
so the
Sitting
person
it
who
out.
just sent me, hold on just a sec. The person who just sent me the email of the doubled ASE, make sure you're including, when you guys send me stuff, if you send me stuff via your email, make sure you include your channel name so I can check that.
Yeah, show me a picture. Let's see the picture.
It's ejection doubling. It's not a that's not a
Not
double
a double
die.
die.
No. I'll pull it up here in just a second. I've got to pull up my email.
Very, very common with those.
Yeah. So let me pull that up real quick and I'll show you.
Very common.
Yeah, these were in a you ever seen the $10 little metal red trays that banks use?
Yes.
I got one of those next to my desk, and it has a bunch of coins that I, for some reason, put in there that I'm going to look, but it's something that is weird. Either like these didn't look good from the top, but they weren't sealed shut at all. The tubes were just, it looks like there's 4 of them in there.
Eric, I'm going to pause you for just a sec. I'm going to show this real
Okay.
quick and explain to people why this is ejection.
Pop it up.
This is ejection double. This isn't.
And just so you guys know, ejection doubling is just another term for machine doubling, strike doubling, mechanical doubling.
Yep.
I blame him for using that. I blame myself for him using that term, and I blame Ken Potter for me using that term.
You know what? Well, it's incorrect. It's not.
It just
anybody,
is. It's
anybody who's been
just
into
more
it
accurate. It just
right.
makes more sense to me. So
Well, on a proof coin, it may not be an ejection type doubling because most proof coins are struck twice.
There.
well,
a slight
so
movement
proof,
of the
proof
planchet.
coins. What you find on proof coins is flat field doubling a lot,
Right.
And that is attributed to them being multi-struck.
So what do you see on the screen, Paula?
Well, I would like to see it a little bit closer.
Because I do believe flat field doubling would be over the entire.
On the 2 of the date, definitely looks like it's flat and
Looking
step-like.
at
I don't
the
know why
looking
you're
at the
looking at
flow of the
0.
metal, it leads me to believe that this is ejection doubling.
Well, the flow of the metal wouldn't have anything to do with ejection doubling. That would be more of a die deterioration scenario.
Yeah, but that doesn't look
Um,
like, because there's no serifs, there's
I'm not
nothing
sure
there.
that that's due to like ejection doubling or what Eric, what Eric would.
Well, either way,
say
they're
if
both
you
they're forms
have more
of
than
machine
one,
doubling,
but-
and that's why I love.
Yeah, but it is not hub doubling.
Right.
What
It's
we
not
do
hub
know
doubling.
is it's not hub doubling. There are several forms of worthless, what Wexler refers to as worthless doubling. There's
That's
several forms of that. But on that first 2 of the date, it does look like that is flat and shelf-like, but it's not hub doubling. It's not hub doubling, and I'm not aware of any cataloged doubled dies.
I am not either.
For the ASCs. You know what? Let me look at the new cherry pickers.
There's
guide
another
and
one
see
of
if
those RPMs.
they have anything in there.
Looks like we're going to get 3 or 4 of these in the roll.
Nice.
6th edition, volume 3.
And maybe I will attribute them and we'll give them out or something. I don't know. We'll have to see.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I took out official life. Where's my volume 3? I'll put away some marks. I won't look at it. There it is. Oh, that's volume 1.
What's up, Silverman? How you doing? Good to see you.
So what was people's favorite die varieties? Did anybody say anything or?
There were a few people that stated stuff. Let's see. I can't go back.
See that right there? That is that die break in an earlier state right there. There's the big die scratch. You can see it just starting to form.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Right there.
So we need to track yours because yours is an earlier progression than mine.
Yeah.
Look at the mid mark position.
Yep. And that is the same. Let me double check if there's anything else I can correlate it with. Actually, Frosty, this is a different one.
That is.
Yeah.
This might
gotta look
be
at
the
the
same
mint
as
mark
yours,
position.
actually. The mint mark is further south.
That may have never even turned into a die break.
But it's got the same.
So what's the position of the one that you have? Can you pull that up?
I can just put it back under the.
Yeah, because the one
This
that I
one's got a
have,
little die crack in the top of the 9. and
my
then the 1.
my mint mark and stuff on mine is totally different than that one.
See that?
Yeah.
There you go. That's much higher. And
Yeah, so my mint mark actually doesn't even match that one.
So there's a second one here.
it could just be, and it may have never even turned into a die
It may have
break.
not. See, it's basically a die crack when you look at it from this angle. So it's basically a piece of the die is kind of pushing in. If people are familiar with the reverse of memorial
Looks like a
sense,
little bit of like die subsidence.
yeah, the right cornice always collapses on the memorial scent for some reason. And I think it's
Yeah,
because
that's recurring die subsidence.
yeah, it's because where the back of the head is, where there's a lot of metal, it makes the die weak in that area.
Jackalope said he recently cherry picked the 1945 FS 101.
1945S.
Washington quarter, nice. Washington quarter. The putting the denomination's important.
Yes. We did a roll reveal yesterday, found 2 FS 501 Lincoln Cents, 61D, or 3 of them actually.
Right.
Everybody likes
But-
RPM number 1.
But isn't there Mickey Fur just became a member. Thank you, Mickey Fur. I definitely appreciate you, brother. Chuck went over and I'm going to have him do this again. It was really good. I wish I could have captured that. What it means by SF 101,
Yes,
201,
there actually is a
501.
chart out there. I like the system. A lot of people don't like it. They want the other system, which was kind of redundant in my opinion. When Ken did this system, I liked the way he did it. There'll never be a 501 on the reverse. 501 means RPM or 500. I believe that's right.
Ken also has many of his own FS listings.
Yeah. No, right. Yeah.
Yep. That you will probably never see put into the cherry picker's guide, which is kind of ridiculous.
There's one of those RPMs. I don't even have to go any further anymore.
Joseph C says his favorite error is the one he finds.
Well, isn't that all? That's all of ours favorites. And that's perfect. That's kind of what this is all about, is a little bit of gratification and fun and relaxation. It's just good for the mind.
Right, so like double dice the best. Yeah, double dice are awesome.
Yeah, I was just sent copies of the 2024 nickel complete listing, double dies.
So
very cool.
Slod Crush just sent me a couple photos. She found them in a Crown Royal bag when she moved into this new old house.
That is, lots of people used to use Crown Royal bags to keep their coins in.
Yeah.
I use Crown Royal bags for lots of stuff, not coins though.
Yeah.
She sent me a couple. She says there's a lot of coins to take photos of.
No, I'm not a big Crown Royal drinker. I don't drink much unless.
So what does she want to know about them? Does she just want to know what they are?
Right now we'll talk about, I'll just go over what they are and then we can talk about what else she wants to know about
I would suggest using this opportunity to give her the opportunity to do a little bit of self-teaching by getting a red book, first of all, and identifying herself, using the red book to help her identify by herself what the coins are and go from there.
Yeah, she's got some.
You know what I mean? Like, I would not dive into errors and varieties with her right
off
off
no,
the bat.
no. This is basic stuff.
And there's another RPM. So we got
she's
5
got
RPMs.
some 63 red seals, 57 silver certificates. Mm-hmm. It's all 57, 35. She's got 135. None of them are in amazing condition.
Yeah, those don't have a ton of value if they're in.
Yeah,
if they've been spent.
Oh, they've been folded and they've been turned. Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes you'll find the corners of them ripped off, and there's a reason for that, and I can't remember. I never can remember the reason why they ripped the.
Wasn't it that it was redeemed for silver?
Oh, there was something to do with counting.
Something, right? There was something to do with. They can be, they can be worth more than face. They can be.
But not in, they have to be nice, flat, not folded, creased, edges not bent. Or you have to have a special number. Just generally
is she talking about the 57 $1?
Yeah.
You almost have to have sequential mint state bills for them to be worth anything. So like
or you have to have a really nice bills. Serial number.
Yeah.
A lot of people will pay a little bit extra for them just because they're silver certs and they think they're cool and everything. But really, when it comes down to value, if you take it, if you took them, like I said yesterday, if a good judge of the true value of something is to take it to a couple of different coin shops and
it really is,
and see what they will pay you for them or what they will offer you for them, or if they would even buy them from you.
She's
And you have
got.
to do a couple because, and it's not because you can't trust them. It's because oftentimes coin shops are not really buying certain items because they don't need them in their inventory, or because they're overstocked with them in their inventory, or they have a hard time selling. Certain coin shops sell certain things better. Angel can
Yep.
attest to that. Certain coin shops sell certain things better
There
than
we
other
go.
things. So yeah, there's that one of the
There's
a
that
stuff.
little
one
bit-
die break.
Yep.
Yep.
Now that one is the same as the other one that you have because of the
That's right,
position of the
first
bit mark.
one that we
Yep.
found.
Yep.
So we'll go ahead and give these away at the end.
She has one that would have been
Nice.
really nice if the first number would have been different. It'd have been a radar note. But yeah, nothing crazy in that. But
There's
we'll just
another
go over
one
them and we'll just generally talk about what she has.
of the RPMs, and that one actually looks good enough to take photographs of. So I'm going to put that.
Well, if it's a play
Maybe
coin, you
we'll
can
give
send
some
it
of
to
these
me.
away, and I'll attribute these.
And that's true. And if you like it, keep it because it's your collection.
Ooh, another
Absolutely.
one.
Yeah.
Just because something doesn't have a lot of value doesn't mean that it's not worthy of being part of your collection.
I like silver certificates just because of the story behind them.
That yeah, and I like old stuff.
Yeah. So
we all collect different things, right?
Yeah, that's right.
That's
I might keep it not to collect it. I might keep it just to keep it.
But yeah, send me more photos when you can, Slot Crush, and we'll look through it. Yeah, the Peace Dollar. But again, what we'll do is, and you and I can get on, and we can look at the coins, and we can talk about some of the things to look for, and give you some examples. But we'll have you look into some things.
Is the roll.
And if you want to, I'd be willing to come up there with you too and help you out, Frostbyte.
Oh, I absolutely know that. Yep, absolutely.
Yeah, anytime if I'm available, anytime. So I am definitely though a firm. I'm kind of a stickler in letting me help you help yourself. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I'm very much the same way.
I want to teach you how to be able to look things up yourself and not, I don't want to do all the work for you. Otherwise, I'm just kind of like appraising your collection.
Yeah, but you don't learn anything from having somebody else do this over and over and over again.
We are looking for double die reverse on the wheat stems, right?
Yes. This is one of the things.
You know what though? You know what would be, I think also would be a good thing to show them, Eric, is how to identify them on the wheat tips. Yeah, also, because the wheat stalks are more obvious than the wheat tips. And oftentimes people will see other people searching and go, oh, look at, there's a double die, see it on the wheat tips, but they don't know what you're looking at. So if you could find one and show them that would be awesome too. Because that was something that confused me for a long time, how to identify them on the actual wheat.
What's up, Ringmaster Ray? Good morning.
Grab 3 different boxes. Hopefully I can find one in the box.
Ringmaster Ray, Red Silver needs to get hold of dolls.
All right, that's not
Send her 4 emails and and
yeah, we'll let Ray handle that.
363.
Yeah. That's not good.
All right, maybe nope.
You pick up along the way. Exactly, Joseph. Exactly. I mean, unless that's all she wants. If she just wants to know what she has and what it's worth and where she can sell it, I'm not the best person to ask that because I'm still going to tell you.
No, she was just basically wanting to show some of the stuff that she found. We've just been talking about it for a long time.
All right.
So I just wanted to remind her because she's like, remind me when you see me. Remind me when you see me.
Nice. That would be so much. Can you imagine buying a house and finding like a bunch of coins and stuff in it? That would, I told you guys the story when my son was doing heating and air conditioning job for someone. He went up in the attic to, do the duct work or whatever he was doing up there, and found a ton of coins up there. And he sent me pictures of all of the stuff that he found. It was pretty amazing. The person gave him a old Cole Morgan dollar, but it was still something. It was really cool.
All right, that's a minor one. But you can, here, and I'll go over it.
Show them what you're looking at.
I am going to. I'm going to get the listing up so I can actually go through, but I thought I had a 43p double.
Paula, do you ever watch the
but I don't.
antiquing show? What's it called?
No.
Roadshow? Antique Roadshow?
I used to watch it long time ago. I watched it a little bit, but
One
I
of
was
my
never, like,
favorite attic finds was this young guy trying to help out an older couple. And so he bought them out of the house and allowed them to live into the house until they could get into a senior listed center and all this stuff. They were not doing very well. And he was just trying to be a good guy. He bought the property to save foreclosure, and then let them live in it until they got into their senior living center. Well, while he was going through some stuff, he found 2 swords from the Civil War. Really, really nice. Had all the documentation, some of the outfits. It was like $1.5 million. And they sold them, and they were able to keep their home and do all this crazy stuff. It's one of the neatest,
fantastic.
one of the neatest stories that I've ever seen come from the Antiques Roadshow. I'll see if I can find the episode and I'll post it on my community page.
Yeah.
Absolutely fabulous story.
All right. This
the E and the dot there.
That's the first we're going to go along. And I've got, first of all, before I look at this one, we will look at this one. I just happen to have a roll of 44D sitting there. You look at this. The E is normal. The letters are all uniform. The dots are round. You go around.
This is the best thing for you guys to do when you first start out. Find a completely normal coin of the same year and mint marked, the same year and mint mark, and put it to the side and have it to the side.
So that is normal. We'll start right there.
That's the best thing to do. Have one that's normal.
Morning, Kraken.
Anything you find that you think is weird, you have that normal one to compare it to.
Yeah, because that jumps out like a sore thumb.
Right here, you have thickness on the E. It's fat. This is an oval. This is a little later. There is an earlier die state of this. This just happens not to be it. But then you see a little bit of doubling right here too. You can see it come down in the little like hump right there. Then you see a little bit under here. And then you move over, you can see a little bit right here and on the bottom of the S, and on the bottom of the S. Then it starts going away. See, but you still got the egg shape on the dot here. Then this one does have doubling on both sides, but this one's easier to see the doubling. And you might have to turn the coin. See, the doubling is showing real strong up
right there. Yeah.
The side. And it is showing here, but it's
right
not
at the very tips. Yeah, right at the
you
very,
see
very
it really.
I'm gonna go grab some coffee. Right back.
There are some examples of this kind of doubling that it's real strong. And that's what I was looking for, but I just don't have one that's not stuffed away in an album sitting here.
No worries.
Let me look. Let me look in this box. I brought 3 boxes in of stuff that hasn't been put away yet. That's 60, 2023, 2023. Oh, those are nickels. That's all right. That's not it. That would be in this box right here. Found a bunch of DDOs. I must have put most of the DDRs away. But we can do it. There's one right there. Let's see how good this one is.
Ooh.
Ooh, I've got another one to show you that was just sent to me.
All right, I got another good one to show you of a 44D with different types of doubling, with class 4 doubling instead of class 6 doubling. So we go there, but you can see even this one, I think you can see lightly. See it right there? All the way down the side of the wheat stalk, all the way in to the stem. I don't see anything on of. But there's the marker for it right there, the big die gouge. You can't really see it on the left side on this one. But then we've got this one, which is class 4 doubling.
Oh, stop turning on the lights. I'm going to mute.
And this doubling is on the C and E of cent. It's kind of hard to see because the coin is not red.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a little bit more difficult to see.
It's right here. And then up here, you see it.
Yeah, that one's way more difficult to see.
And
and
right here. Well, here, I'll show you. See, but you can see it.
So you can see it on that middle portion of the E much better than you can.
See, if I do that, it turns, and also it's on the bottom of the E and then the bottom of the C. And then you can also see it right here too, like the misshape on the top of the C.
Yeah, so some of these are very hard to identify, or some very hard to see if you don't know exactly what you're looking for.
But this is a different kind of doubling to look for. Most people don't look for this kind of doubling on Lincoln wheat sets. We found a couple, like 48D, we found one that was doubled on the T. There's not a lot listed in that kind of doubling for the years. Let's see what else. Oh, it shows it on the T of United. Yeah, you could see it. If I could adjust the light, the problem is you'll lose my feed if I adjust the light. So, and then on the one, oh, there, you can see it real good there on the edge of the one or the N right there. Shows good right there. So that is a class 4 doubled die. And if you look, everything's round, normal. And then you compare it to, and that was DDR number 6. But you compare it to the normal. This gives you a better perspective of what we were looking at. It is a lot thinner in general in dimension.
So put up a regular one and let's show that, because again,
this is a regular one.
Yeah, some of those things are extremely hard to see.
And then I'll put this one back in. And you can see it right there on the N, even though, see it right in here? It's right there. It's right there. And then, of course, it's down here across the top of the E. So there is a lot of stuff to look for. But the thing is, like I said, get yourself a coin that you know is a normal, regular coin. And if you think there's something odd about the coin, just start comparing the two coins.
Paul, are you back?
I am.
I got to step away real quick. I'll be back.
Okay, bye.
So there's two different doubled dies. I'm trying to find, should I do double die obverses?
Double die obverse. Sure.
Let me find a good one here, hopefully.
63D with 3 in 3. Yes, that is a class 3. Class 3 design hub doubling.
What's this one? This one might be okay. Let me look at that one. Might have found another good. See if this is a better one.
I could be wrong on that. I'm not sure. The 63 over 3. That may not be a class 3.
No.
I want to say it's a class 3. It may not be a
class 2, isn't it? Rotated. Let me look. I can find out real quick. 63 DDO number 1.
Yeah. I want to say it's a
class 8.
Class 8. Oh, it's a class 8.
Yeah,
who knew?
Who knew?
So it's tilted.
Class 8 is offset, isn't it?
Tilted.
Okay. 39.
Similar to class 9.
Yes. Double die reverse. Let's see if that. Oh, oops.
I don't know why I was thinking class 3 on that. I don't know why I was thinking class 3. There's a reason.
Well, let's look at this one and see if I can get a better
reason.
This is doubling on the wheat grains.
Yeah.
This is a 39p. You can see again.
Oh, they're reading the Elf on the Shelf book. Oh, cute.
This one's really kind of the same way. You can see it, and it's late die state. So
Chris G asked a question. Chris G, what's the difference between doubled die and machine doubling? Huge. So Chris G, it's actually kind of in the title. A doubled die. So always put a D after doubled, because otherwise you're talking about 2 dies as opposed to 1 die that's doubled. Like double mint gum.
All right.
So a doubled die is when the actual die that strikes the coins is created. That's when the doubled die happens. It's during the hubbing process.
Yeah, that's not a good one.
Machine doubling is something that happens right after the final downstroke, when the coin is finished being minted. The whole minting process is done. So that final downstroke of that die, it strikes the design into the coin, and then something happens. Either the die comes loose, something happens in the mechanism of the striking chamber, and it causes that die to bounce or shift or wiggle or something, and it pushes the metal on the already struck coin. It displaces the metal on the already struck coin, and it usually pushes it down and kind of to the side and makes it look like a shelf. Well, so actually, Coin Junkie, machine doubling happens as soon as the minting process is done.
Ah, there we go.
That is why we call it machine doubling damage, because the minting process has ceased at that point.
Because it happens immediately following the strike.
Immediately, and that final downstroke of that die, as it's coming up and being ejected, as it's coming up, there is something that's loose and it causes a bounce or a shift, or there's different types of machine doubling, or the coin is being lifted up and ejected, and it hits the die.
All right, here's a good one.
Different causes, but it is Done. And it has nothing to do with the die itself. That's the basic explanation. Machine doubling has nothing to do with the die itself. A doubled die is on the actual die that's used to strike the coin. So every single coin that is struck, that is created using that particular die, will have the exact same doubling on it. It will be exact.
Well, darn, I don't have a 45D normal one handy. But here's a good
Batty Bo Batty.
Yeah, there's a good example of a class 6 doubled die.
And you have a regular 45?
I do not.
Okay.
But we can actually use the 44.
But you can see how fat that 9 is at the bottom.
It's giant. And you look at some of them.
Yeah.
If you can bring a picture up, Frosty, do 43 DDO number 1.
Well,
that's
43.
That's like the classic of class 6 double dies.
Yeah, a little distended slightly. It's like it ate too much.
But yeah, you can see this. The 1's fat, the 9's fat, the 4's fat, the back of the 5's fat. I mean, it's fat.
Yeah, sure, Chris G. Absolutely.
Here's another telltale sign of double dies that a lot of people don't look for. The top of the T, you can see it's like stretched and curved.
Swoop. The swoop.
So you look at the swoop on that T.
Mm-hmm. On the E, you can see it oftentimes on the E too.
And sometimes you can see it on Liberty, depending on where it's offset from.
Yeah, the B and the E will get like a
little hoop on the top, or a little curve.
Yeah, inner curve. Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's the one that
little tricks.
Here's the one that he was talking about right here.
Yeah, that's so that
243p.
Yeah,
that's not the one.
That's not the one he's talking about. Do the
up
higher, go all the way to
hold on.
43. Yeah. D. Oh, he's doing
That's
P. There you go. P. There you go. That's the one.
And that's just crazy fat. And you can even see it in the front of the 4 and in the.
And see how the 1 is
Yeah,
like.
I was about to show you this right here. That's a real big. Yeah.
And he shows the stretch on Liberty on that coin also.
Yeah. That's a nice one. Oh, hubba hubba.
I got lucky enough to get 4 of those in an original roll.
I still don't have one of those.
Yeah, that would be a really cool coin to have.
And the funny thing is I found one, and then I had a junk roll sitting when I first got back into it. 2017, I just looked through it, and there was like 3 more. I was like, damn, how did I miss that?
Yeah, crazy cool stuff, though.
But yeah, if you look at I'm going to put a regular 44D over here. And that's a pretty good representation on how all the 9s and 4s and stuff look.
And which one did you want me to pull up?
This is a screen on my scope.
Now, have they ever definitively come to an agreement on how is it a annealing, like a die steal problem that
with the double dies?
The class 6, the distended.
No, it's offset. When the die comes down, it's just slightly moved over a little bit. If you get a real early die state,
but I don't think there's consensus as to how that happened, because
there's ultimately, if you look across all of the people that do die varieties, a lot of them will say one variety is this class and the other one will say it's that class, because it's kind of subjective. It's what they see when they see it. Like there's some class 6s, you can see splits on the ends of the 9 if it's real early die state. And that kind of leans it towards not offset anymore.
Wording what I'm.
The cause, I don't think they ever come to a consensus what the cause is. That was the actual question. Yeah. Just like class 8 and class 9.
Like what caused the actual distension?
Right. The reason class 9 came about was because they were using single step, and the dyes were
allegedly.
well, right. Well, no, because if you read
I know.
into it now, even on the Mint site, they didn't start doing single squeeze on $50 until just a few years ago. There was always multiple squeezes, so there's the chance of finding double dye $50, but I'm sure people don't look because most of them are NIFC.
Let's talk about the District of Columbia quarter with the double die on the keyboard.
The Duke Ellington.
The Duke Ellington.
Oh
that
I
man,
love that piece.
That they now have realized
Class 1
is a class 1.
Yeah, so in other words, it was rotated within the press.
Mm-hmm.
And I think there's others that are not so.
I think there's lots of ones that are
not so major, even in the Duke Ellington. I've seen keyboard.
I think the single squeeze was a good thought on their part, and I think very early in the process they realized that it was not going to work.
Right.
It was not giving them the
and I heard it
clarity
through Ken Potter, I think. That the guy says, no, we if we have to squeeze it a second time, we squeeze it a second time.
Yep.
Not like, oh, it didn't squeeze all the way, we're throwing it away now.
I'm the same way with shaking it. If I had to shake it a second time, I will.
A long time they thought that they would bring it down and they'd give it just a little kiss and they'd realize that, oh, it's not quite right. And so that's how a lot of the doubled eyes were created and stuff like that. And the doubled ears. And then they thought, well, maybe because we hear this like snap happening, that maybe it was at a slight tilt and then it just snapped.
That's where the class 9 came from.
I believe that's how the class 8 happens.
And actually, yes. But class 8 can happen around the rim where class 9 technically can't.
Right.
Class 9 comes from the center out.
Right.
Class 8, there's class 8s that are all like the 63 DDO number 1. It's out at the rim.
And the class 9, they've even gone into giving the class 9 subclasses like roly-poly and goofy things like that. So,
and then there's attributors that don't even believe in class 9.
Right. Wiles.
So, Wiles actually does. It's Brian Ribbar doesn't.
What
does?
I have not seen a single listing on Wiles' site for a class 9.
Well, I know Koneka buys into class 9 now.
They do.
So when I say Wiles,
some of the people in Koneka buy into class.
That goes back to what I was saying. When it comes to what class is this, a lot of it is very subjective.
And I'm not saying there isn't a class 9.
Because I've seen there's 42 and it's like class 2 plus 4 plus 8. Mm-hmm. And a lot of the reason it's like that is because it ultimately could be any of those. Yeah. You can only guess because it's all sorts of weirdness.
Are we using you guys and losing you in chat? What's the thought on the new die clash? I don't know that I've seen the die clash on that.
I haven't. I've got all these quarters that I've been collecting up from this year.
I know we have
I've got to go through them. Ever since you found those double dies, I ended up getting mint rolls from a bunch of stuff.
Amanda just completed our overlays in our Facebook group. We have more overlays than I believe anybody.
She does an amazing job on those. If you haven't gone and checked those out, you need to go check those out. It's an amazing resource.
I ultimately hate doing overlays, and sometimes it's the only way to diagnose something.
Yep, fact.
She did the dollars. She did the
those overlays. Those are fantastic. The line for die clashes.
Yep, she did the innovation dollars and everything. So let me see where the quarters are. Women's quarters.
Throw that link in chat, Paula, so that people have access to that.
To our,
obviously it's Livecoin QA, but
our Facebook group. Yeah, hang on. There's the women's quarters.
Well, here, I might as well search this half roll of 44Ds, huh?
Might as well. We got some time.
Isn't that cute?
There it is.
Little half roll.
So, I don't believe that I have seen a die clash on that. Where would I find a picture of that? Let's see.
And it's on the 2024.
Red Silver, where would I find a picture of that die clash? And I don't know how to pronounce her name. Zikala Sa.
Yeah, I'm not even going to try.
Yeah, Zikala Sa. I don't know how to pronounce that name. I'm going to have to. Oh, my grandson's having a conniption out there.
You know, this is the same.
That's the one thing I'm going to miss about not doing the emails for a while is not seeing all these new, you know, well, seeing it on someone you don't like's video. Someone I don't, boy, that doesn't really narrow it down. There's so many of them out there. Someone I don't like's video.
There's a couple of those.
No, really, there's not that many that and really it's because oftentimes and it's not that I don't like the person. Most of the time it's I don't like their information that they give because oftentimes it's incorrect. So yeah, but I can think of one person that it might be.
That just makes me all warm inside.
He might be talking about the coin channel dude. Are you talking about the coin channel dude? Because I don't like that guy.
I missed the podcast last night. It came right at the end.
Too. I was going to ask if you guys knew what they talked about. I'm going to go watch.
They were saying
they talked a lot about the interview series that they did. They talked about the one that they did. One of the better interviews. They talked a lot about the Mint director. Some of the stuff that was happening. Kind of just what they had did in Baltimore, what they got to do. The fact that Matt tried to take out a bunch of Boy Scouts with his drone.
I was going to ask about that. How'd that go?
Yeah. So
they showed the coolest things too, right? Did they show people's coolest things?
They did show. Yeah, they went through the list of people. Jack showed a non-counterfeit coin, which he was like, that was just weird. To see Jack show an authentic coin instead of a counterfeit coin. But it was a overstrike of a old cut down foreign coin, some Spanish coin.
Oh yes, on a no, it was on a Condor token.
There you go. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Yeah. Condor token.
He showed that in the cool things. They showed that. So it was a good show. They had a lot of really neat stuff out there.
Nice.
So I'm
going to mute myself for a minute and let my grandson in.
The double braid on that quarter. But I can't find anything on a clash.
A lot of that new stuff's not listed anywhere yet. This stuff takes a lot of time to catalog. A lot of man hours, and there's not a lot of people that are actually doing it. So give it some time, and someone will probably catalog it, or send an email to the person.
Yeah. I go look up a couple of the other ones I didn't see.
Where did you find a doubled braid?
On eBay.
Where did you find that listed?
No, let me pull it back up.
Is there a way you could pull the picture up so I can
Yeah.
see it?
You
That
need to
coin is very busy. That's a busy quarter.
Hold on, I'm going to take you off screen for just a second, Eric.
Okay.
There you go.
Let me see. Double the braid. Yeah. Da, 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 da. Let me see something. That sure looks normal to me. I don't see anything doubled about that. I think that person may just be seeing some glare on that coin. Let me look at the, yeah, that sure looks normal to me.
Yeah, I'm not familiar enough with the design to make a call on something like that. That could be part of the design. Do you have a?
You'll notice that the two pictures that they're showing, they've got the lighting is totally different. One they're saying doubled, and then it looks like they've got one that they're using as a comparison. The lighting is different. I wouldn't, yeah, I wouldn't call that a double die. Be very cautious, you guys, on things like that when they're a brand new quarter that just came out. You are likely to see all kinds of things listed. Oh, look at this new double die. It's not listed yet. Or look at this die clash or blah, 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 or whatever. That look at the "In COD We Trust." That's where that came from. Somebody just happened to, the very first time they ever saw a woman's quarter, and they're like, "Oh, look at it's a C instead of a G."
Thank God we trust. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah.
Here's the other one that he was talking about.
They went off and running. They went, okay, hang on one second. Now that is something.
That's the die clash,
isn't it?
Yeah, I do believe that is a clash. Let me show you guys. Let me pull this up. Yeah. Let me pull this up. I want to see. And I will.
You can see that pretty clearly.
Yeah, you can definitely see that clearly.
Yeah, that's pretty clear.
Yep. Yeah, let me pull, let me share my screen and show you guys the overlay.
Yeah, I'm done searching here, so I'm going to stop sharing my screen, Frosty.
Okay. Let me know, Paula, when you have yours up.
Yeah, it's up.
I don't see. There you go.
I shared.
Okay.
There you go. So let me zoom in a little bit here.
It's on the inside of the ponytail.
Yep. Well, it's the book right there, and then it goes up. I think that's like a mountain side.
No, that's ponytail.
Like a mountainside.
That's ponytail.
What's ponytail?
The die clash.
I'm talking about where the clash is coming from. It's coming from the ponytail into the rays of sunshine.
No.
No?
No. It's not the ponytail. Show the clash again. You're talking about the braid?
It's coming from the back of Washington's hair.
Yeah, I'm a guy.
It's coming from it. Yeah. Yeah, it's on the reverse. So it's, yeah, well, it's the back, it's his hair.
Yeah, the ponytail.
Oh, you're saying his ponytail. Oh my gosh, never mind. I'm thinking her ponytail.
Oh, not her braids. Yeah.
I'm like, wait a minute. No, those are braids. And I don't think of it as a ponytail. I guess it is a ponytail, huh?
I guess it's a wig, actually.
Hair. I just call it his hair. Ponytail. Yeah, it's part of his ear and the ponytail. Yeah.
Yeah, so there's
I'm like, wait a minute, it's a mountain.
that's the
No,
inside
yeah,
of his
it's part of
ponytail
his, yeah,
right
it's
here.
part of his ear and
Yeah,
the ponytail.
and that's where the
All right, but you want to give a couple of those coins away, you can, Frosty.
Very cool. Yeah, that is definitely a clash. So I have not seen that yet, and thank you for letting me know about that. I
No, it's
actually have
nice.
a bag of those to search. So is that on? Oh, that's on a Denver. How about that? Is it a Denver?
Philadelphia.
Oh, I thought it was a Denver.
Not Philadelphia.
Never mind. It's a Pilly.
Still
Okay.
pretty cool.
I have a bag. I have a bag of Philadelphias to search. I should get them out. I don't know that it's worth $40, but somebody does. Somebody thinks it is.
Well, let me pull up. There's another one that was sent up.
So if I find a bunch of them, you can get them cheap. Today only, $25.
Yeah, he sent
Today
another one
only.
that she has a double chin.
Yeah, I would be careful with those because they're really hard to photograph. The glare on those makes it really, really hard to photograph. But I would be careful with. There are a lot of double dyes being found. The problem and the question being, are they working hub doubling or are they master die doubling?
Yeah.
I think they're actually, I think, like I said, I'm leaning now at this point that the machinery's been changed at Philadelphia because there's just a lot of stuff coming out of Philadelphia that never used to happen. And it's, usually everything was oriented in one direction. You know what I'm saying? North to south. You're finding it north to south, east to west, southeast. It's all over the place. Something's changed. And then, of course, we know they got the laser engravers, and we know they got the CNCs.
We got the CNC thing.
So maybe they were like, "Hey, we're only going to be doing this for a certain amount of time. Let's buy the cheap equipment and just go back to what we were doing 2, 3, 4 presses to make a die."
Yeah.
Kevin,
are you wanting to look? Are you wanting to look at errors and learn about errors, or are you wanting to look for double dyes and other varieties like RPMs, double dyes? That's because if you want to learn about errors, although I don't agree with much of what is said on it, and it's kind of hard to read, error-ref is probably the best and only site to learn about errors. Other than that, you'd need to buy a book.
Okay, folks, if you want to get into this, start chatting. You need to chat. I'm going to be drawing names in about 2 minutes. So if you want to get in for the drawing,
say again, do the one that's this one, and then we can do the one that's with the one that's got that's 2 coins. That is the one with the little die chip that's forming right at the bow tie.
Very cool.
Bow tie. The bow tie. The ponytail.
Do you want me to put the picture back up and share it with you, Frosty?
Yeah, please.
It's a very cool little die break.
It is.
If you want to look up double dyes and RPMs and other varieties, there's 3 main ones. Copper coins for Lincoln cents, Variety Vista, and Wexler's doubledye.com. Those are the 3 main ones.
All right. I got it up there for you, Frosty.
One of these days, you guys might have a one-stop shop. We'll see.
Hopefully. I mean, we have talked about putting other denominations up and just trying to cross-reference them and not use our own numbering system. But then I started doing the thing where I was going to make little videos just to help people.
Filling albums. That's awesome, Michael. If that's how you want to collect, then that's how you collect.
That's
Nobody
right.
can tell you how to collect in this hobby. You get to do it however you want, whatever gives you pleasure and makes you happy.
Yep, exactly.
Then do it that way. There is no right way or wrong way to do it. There's only your way.
Okay, I'm going to give you about 30 more seconds. Go ahead and enter into chat. I'm going to pull the names here in just a few seconds. So what else do you guys have on the agenda for today?
Learn
I've got to
some more about it.
Reveal at 1-ish, I guess. 57D roll.
What did you want to know about it, Kevin? Error here. Let me pull up error ref, and I will put that in chat. And you can look up. Go to striking errors, or you can search at the top of the website for off center, and it'll come up. Copy.
Coin junk. Hey, buddy.
Here you go. There you go, Kevin. Tucky tuck, jibber jabber. It is fun to be able. Nickels are probably the easiest, I would say, to complete an album through circulation.
I would concur with that. Okay, I've got the names.
After that.
So you have 2 of these you're going to pull up, Eric?
Yep, got one with 1 coin, which is this coin right here, and the other one will have a copy of this coin, and the one I'll put it up afterwards. Do this one first, and then I'll put the one that'll have this coin plus, or a duplicate, a coin that's just like it plus 1 that's got a little crack. So obviously this must have been a weaker spot in the die that year, because looking at it, I saw another one that had even a weaker die crack right there when we were going through that roll.
Yeah, take photos of both of those before you do it, and I'll take a photo of mine. We might be able to see some progression, because I think all 3 of our coins might be able to do it.
They manually tried to strengthen that area on a die or something, and it just broke. I don't know.
Yep, that's possible. Yeah, it's hard to say.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so that's the one that's going to be done. So we've got this here. I'm going to go ahead and we're going to shuffle this up. All right, so the way we're doing this is the first person drawn is the person who's going to get it. So let's see who finds out. Who's getting this first coin? Looks like it's going to be Starika. Outstanding. Email Eric. Eric, you want to put your email in chat? And then the second one is going to be that RPM.
Nope. Second one is going to be a coin just like this coin, plus it'll have the other one that had the little die crack right near the same spot right there.
Oh, I got you. Okay. Gotcha. Okay. So that's what's going to be for the second person?
Yep.
All right. So there's going to be 2 coins on this one. We just shuffled that up. I'll shuffle it up.
Coins.
And let's go ahead and just for the sake of it, and let's fire it off. All right. Good luck, everybody.
Just for the halibut.
Looks like it's going to be Chris G. Oh, Chris G's on a roll. He won something from me yesterday. Congratulations. So please reach out to Eric. Congratulations,
Eric
you two.
Coppercoins.com.
And then he'll make sure that he gets those to you. So thanks, Eric, for doing that. That's awesome. Very, very nice of you.
Very cool. Very, very cool. Hey, I'm going to get going. I got to get ready for church. So everybody, have a great day. This was fun.
Have a great day,
as
Paula.
always. Have a great week, you guys.
You as well. Thanks so much for being here.
Bye.
Definitely appreciate you guys.
Absolutely.
All right. Thanks, Eric, for coming up, hanging out with me. I appreciate
See you next week.
All right. Sounds like a plan. Well, actually, I'll probably see you later today on your reveal.
All right. Sounds good.
All right, folks. Well, a couple of things before we go. Remember that tomorrow, if you look at my community page, Copper Coins is doing a Cyber Monday event. It's going to be huge. A lot of really cool stuff that's going to be given out. They've got some really neat items. So you're going to want to make sure that you're checking them out. Again, that is on my community page. So please go out and check that out. It's really important. If you are looking for certain things, you're going to most likely find them. There's going to be lots of packs and things. When Chuck indicates that he's got some good deals, you kind of need to listen to him. Last time he indicated he had a good deal on a rare coin. He sold a 1914D for like $250. So again, this is definitely something that you're going to want to be at. Not saying that he has a 1914D, but usually he has some really cool things. Number two, I am only 230 something subs away from 5K. I'm pushing really, really hard to get that. Please do me a favor, share it out, subscribe if you haven't already. It's free for you to do, but it really helps out the channel. So please let me know. Tiger and I are trying to do some big event on New Year's. I'm going to do a really big push to do some giveaway. If I get to 5K before the New Year's, I'm going to be giving away some gold. So we'll be talking about that. But again, not a press for it. But again, it just happens to, if we get there, we get there. 250, 230 subscribers in a month is going to be very, very tough to get. So I'm not anticipating we'll get there, but the option's on the table. So make sure you share out the channel. Finally, I'm dropping 2 videos this week. One of the videos is going to be on the discussion that we had last night regarding Texas CBDC. Is it a good thing? Is it legal? Go watch that live stream tomorrow. Is a summation of that. It's a quick 15, 20-minute video on that process and what's happening in Texas and how it could potentially be a really good thing for the nation. And then lastly, on Wednesday, if you're into the collectible kind of sets, I did part 1 on the $50 commemoratives. Part 2 is coming out Wednesday evening. So make sure you come check that out. If you guys like that series, if this is something that you like, I'm committed to a year-long project to go over some real in-depth historical stories about each one of those coins. So if you commit to me watching that, I'll commit to you and build that. So if that's something you want to do, please reach out to me. Let me know. Thank you for the subscription. I just appreciate that. Just saw that come up. So thank you so much for that. But again, make sure that you are letting me know if that's something that you want to see, because if it is, I'll put in the work to provide you the content. I just need to know that that's what you want to see. All right, folks, enjoy yourself. There's a lot of good shows coming up today. We got Coin Cruise auctions. We've got some other people coming up. So please go check them out. Say hi. And if you raid somebody, please do me a favor. Tell them Frosty sent you. Love you guys. Be well, be blessed. Take care. And I will see you guys in the stream.